Francis. So today, I want you to explore the ability for you to make yourself feel very powerful and very confident. Not artificially, but sometimes we have to kind of pump ourselves into that experience, especially since if we're doing brain training, if we're dealing with the biochemistry of our brain, we need to know that we actually can summon the experience of feeling in our power, feeling capable of doing things, feeling capable of being brave if you need to be brave in frightening circumstances, but mostly being able to steer yourself with solidarity, strength, and clarity of mind. So, I am, as you know, a clinical psychologist. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a marriage and family child therapist. I know NLP, and I could go down a very long list of different certifications that I've received throughout the 36 years that I've been doing therapy with people. The power of the mind to be able to be impacted by the brain chemistry that we can create by influencing our thoughts and influencing our emotions, as well as influencing our physical well-being. Exercise, eating, sleeping, essential for being able to impact these aspects of ourselves in a positive way. Now beyond that, let's go into hypnosis, NLP, or other empowering sorts of aspects of things. If you were to come into my office, for example, we might put you through hypnosis, we might do NLP exercises, work with you, EMDR, EFT, psychoanalysis, so many different approaches depending on what would work for you. One of the things that are so fascinating to me is that now, also in my office, I can work with your brain waves, and we can impact your brain waves so that you're sharper, more clear, know how to relax yourself, but also know how to activate yourself. So today is all about activating yourself, turning yourself on so you can feel energetic, being able to be enthusiastic, being able to be engaged, clear, and brave about situations where you have to pump yourself up. Is it a public speaking situation, or is it just calling up for a date? Perhaps you need to confront an abusive situation where you just really can't let yourself be walked all over ever again. Whatever it is, there are times when we feel weak, insecure, nervous, self-compromised, low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, and we can live in that kind of self-deprecating state far too long. So this following exercise is one way to pump up the moment, to get the brain engaged, to train your brain waves, your brain chemistry, by way of impacting your emotions and your thoughts. Here we go. Go ahead and close your eyes. You don't need to be looking at me at this point in time. Close your eyes and just get comfortable. And in the process of getting comfortable, I want you to think first of the funniest event that's ever happened in your life. Something that makes you laugh hilariously, almost pee in your pants. It's just a hilarious moment. And try to remember that moment as strongly as you can. Get all the details of the surroundings, the people involved, your moment if you were alone, and just think about how funny it was and how uncontrollably funny you were laughing, either internally or externally, just unable to stop yourself. And if you would like, you can also include a very funny moment in a movie that just really grasps you if you don't want to go to one of your own life circumstances, or perhaps you can't remember a life circumstance. And as a sideline, I often do recommend that people go and see really funny movies when they're down in the dumps, because it changes your brain chemistry. Okay, now that you have that funny moment, I just want you to always know that that's accessible to you to help start the generator, so to speak, of your ability to feel good. Okay, now with that funny moment in mind, I want you to go number 2. You're now going to think of one of the kindest things you ever did. I'm not saying being narcissistic and self-aggrandizing in this moment. I am saying when you were inspired to do something that helped someone so much, and you were so glad you could do it. And remember one of those times when you just expressed that act of random kindness, or that act of kindness, or that long series of responses where you were really kind. And hopefully you weren't with a person who was misusing you or using you or just exploiting your kindness, but instead it was someone who could just be so thankful you were there. It could be as small as helping someone's dead battery get started so they could take it to the mechanic. It could be handing someone $1 that was desperate. It could be something much bigger than that. I don't care what it is, just remember the experience of helping someone out. Now, while you're in the process of remembering that moment, you have to realize that you're changing your brain chemistry as well. And you're creating chemicals inside of your brain and inside your body that are associated to those warm, positive, contributing feelings that you had that benefited that other person, but also benefited you as well. Thirdly, now come up with that moment inside of you where you know someone helped you. And you're so grateful they did. It made a world of difference in that moment, got you out of a pinch or a negative situation, and you're just so glad that person was there for you. And if you don't quite remember those type of moments, think about what you wish could have happened in a moment, and that would have been so wonderful, would have meant the world to you. Or think about a time when you saw someone on the screen or in real life help someone else and capture that sense of, wow, whew, yes. Whatever those emotions are attached to that sense of being grateful and relieved and so glad. Fourth, now go into a moment where you had to just get the job done. You had to do whatever you had to do. And so you had to engage in bravery or courage. You had to step outside yourself and just face the wolves or the frightening moment just because the job had to be done. You just had to do what you had to do. And so with that sense of determination, that sense of bravery, that sense of it just has to happen, you stepped into the frightening or awkward or horrible circumstance and you helped out. And embrace the you that you were in that moment, and don't forget that person. Now, think about someone who's been kind of your hero, and a real hero, a real person. And it can be someone that directly touched your life, someone that you saw touch someone else's life, and think about what it feels like to watch a hero step into a role, not because they're some braggadocious individual that wants all the praise and glory. Sincere hero, where someone bravely stepped out, was the hero of the moment, stepped out of their state of comfort or moved out of their moment of hermitage, and they really engaged to be the hero of the moment. And feel the solidarity of that, the amazing quality of that. And now feel it deep inside of who you are emotionally, and affect your brain, affect your emotions, affect the biochemistry in your body. Okay, now open your eyes. You have just done some brain entrainment. You have just changed some of your biochemistry. You have just created a pattern, a series of different stimuli that you can access at any moment of the day. You can attach it to every time you see the color red. You can attach it to every time you pinch your hand. You can attach it to every time you go to the bathroom. That you're just going to take those 10 seconds or that 60 seconds and do a little mini meditation that enlivens you to be stronger, braver, clearer, deeper inside of who you are. This is powerful moments that you can create for yourself very quickly. So perhaps you need to listen to the YouTube over and over again until you get your own solid experiences. And there'll be other sorts of aspects of this that we can deal with as we're dealing with self-hypnosis, NLP, or just the fact that you can empower, you can engender that sense of who you are in a big and solid way. Dr. Carol Francis, let me know your comments down below. Contact me at the number and the email address left below as well. But most importantly, live your life fully, because this is your contribution to you and those around you. Bye for now.